Guyad, beyond the dance floor. Picture Port-au-Prince in the early 1960s. Humid night air, neon spilling onto cracked pavement, and a brand new rhythm pulsing from stacked speakers. Nemours Jean-Baptiste calls it Kompa Kingdom, a lean blend of meringue cadence, Afro-Caribbean percussion, and the crisp punch of a jazz horn line. Couples sway clothes more ballroom than block party, but every bass hit hints at something wilder pressing against the seams. Within a few short years, that restrained glide loosens. Taboo Combo storms dance halls with electric guitars turned up and congas driving like locomotives. Suddenly, hips roll wider, shoulders drop, and the entire room answers a command that no one speaks aloud. Guyad, grind, groove, give in. The dance sheds its prim posture, trading tidy box steps for fluid, rooted bodywork that ripples from the ankles to the collarbones. Innovation feeds on itself. Brass sections chase call and response riffs, drummers splice in rah-rah street parade patterns, and synthesizers sneak into the mix as Haiti's nightlife collides with global pop currents. Each tweak demands a fresh movement. Each fresh movement pushes musicians to tighten the groove. Evolution becomes a loop, where sound shapes motion and motion shapes sound. By the late 70s and early 80s, Kompa Kingdom owned the Caribbean circuit. Haitian bands tour New York, Paris, Montreal, and Miami, carrying both the beat and the dance floor etiquette that accompanies it. Lead with connection, ride the syncopation, and finish with flair. Diaspora dancers return home for carnival and summer fetes, injecting new footwork picked up abroad, and the cycle turns again. What began as a polished social two-step has, in barely 2 decades, evolved into an athletic, sensual conversation between partners and the rhythm section. That metamorphosis lays the foundation for everything Kompa Kingdom will mean socially, emotionally, and politically, well beyond the final cymbal crash of any single night. Every rolling bass line carries a message. In lyrical Creole, singers praise market women who keep quarters alive, salute farmers coaxing hope from rocky soil, and call out leaders when promises fall flat. Dancers answer with shoulders, hips, and sidelong glances that translate applause, protest, even flirtation into motion. The floor becomes a living editorial, delivered phrase by phrase over conga slaps and brass stabs. Step into a Brooklyn basement party or a Montreal summer street fest, and the effect multiplies. First-generation kids sway beside elders who remember Radio Metropole countdowns, and distance evaporates. Every syncopated pause opens a portal back to Jacmel's seaside or Cap Haïtien's bougainvillea-lined courtyards. The beat stitches scattered families into one breathing organism, moving in unison even when passports list different nations. Kompa Kingdom also serves as a victory lap for collective endurance. Earthquakes flatten homes, hurricanes rewrite coastlines, politics shift like sandbars, yet the rhythm keeps sounding its call. Each spin of a partner signals survival. Each forward rock affirms tomorrow. Where words might stumble, the dance speaks fluently of grit, grace, and the quiet certainty that Haitian identity thrives under pressure. So when the horns climb, ask yourself, is this merely entertainment or a rallying cry wrapped in melody? In that instant, the answer flashes across the floor, joy rising straight through hardship, resilience measured in decibels and perspiration rather than census data or headlines. Kompa Kingdom proves culture lives loudest when bodies claim the space history tries to shrink, and every downbeat writes that truth anew. Feel the first ripple start at the knees, travel through the hips, and bloom into a slow figure 8 of the torso. That flow, unbroken, unpredictable, mirrors the bassline's own sly wanderings. In Kompa Kingdom, choreography exists only long enough to spark a new idea. Each dancer sketches a phrase in the air, then erases it with the next breath. Improvisation isn't a flourish tacked onto the end, it's the bloodstream of the style, Watch a pair in full groove and you'll read a whole novella in glances. Shoulder shrugs, fingertip brushes. A quick wrist flick might tease. A deep body roll might console. And a subtle weight shift can whisper, "You're safe here, keep moving." Words would clutter the message. Gesture delivers it cleanly, immediately, and unmistakably. Because partners share the weight of the rhythm, the connection stays elastic rather than rigid. One moment they orbit with palms barely grazing. The next, they lock in tight, chest to chest, as if sealing a secret pact. That constant negotiation, near, far, lead, follow, turns the floor into a communal conversation where anyone can reply, elaborate, or spark a tangent the band eagerly chases. Step off the floor, and the energy lingers in lifted eyebrows, laughter that echoes the drummer's accents, heartbeats still syncopated. Kompa Kingdom refuses isolation. It thrives on the electric circuit that jumps from body to body, partner to partner, stranger to lifelong friend. By the night's final measure, every dancer has borrowed and lent a dozen micro-stories, all written in motion and signed with a satisfied grin. Waves don't respect borders, and neither does this groove. Cassette tapes slipped into suitcases, radio signals bounced across turquoise water, and soon Kingston DJs were lacing sets with compa breaks, while Curaçao guitarists borrowed its lilting swing. In Guadeloupe, zouk composers folded the rhythm into their own carnival anthems, proving a beat born in Port-au-Prince could feel right at home in any archipelago. Across the Atlantic, Paris nightclubs embraced the sound as warmly as they did salsa and rye. Dance floor polyglots spun through effortless code switches, one moment bachata hips, the next pure guyad grind, showing language barriers vanish when bass and brass agree on a pulse. London's Afro-Caribbean festivals followed suit, adding compa stages that bring together Haitians, Nigerians, and Brazilians under the same speaker stacks, each community infusing its own flair into the shared blueprint. Diaspora musicians feed that momentum back into the source. Haitian-American bands in Miami layer R&B harmonies over traditional rara horns. Montreal producers weave compa with electronic textures that light up late-night playlists from Lagos to Seoul. Every fresh hybrid returns to Haiti through streaming apps and holiday visits, where local dancers test drive the new accents, keep what excites them, and spark yet another loop of evolution. What makes the style such an eager traveler is its invitation to participate. You don't need formal training, just a willingness to let the rhythm reroute your balance. That open-armed spirit turns strangers into collaborators and cultural exchange into a spontaneous block party. As long as curious hearts find room to sway, Kompa Kingdom will keep skipping across hemispheres, gathering influences the way a rolling drum gathers echoes, and teaching each new city that the quickest path to understanding is a shared beat. Every time the congas thunder and horns flare, Kompa Kingdom proves that rhythm is more than entertainment. It's connective tissue. A single downbeat knits grandmothers to grandchildren, hometown street corners to distant city lofts, and yesterday's memories to tomorrow's ambitions. The dance wraps conversation, history, and unfiltered joy into one fluid phrase, reminding everyone in its orbit that celebration can double as communion. Hardship has tested Haiti again and again, yet the groove keeps pulsing, defiantly vibrant. After storms flatten villages, street parties still spark at dusk. After political tides shift, DJs spin records so fresh they steam. Every sidestep, hip roll, and shared grin declares, "We're still here," and our heart hits right on the 2 and 4. In that stubborn swing lies a blueprint for endurance. Bend with the beat, never break. New guardians of the genre mix laptop loops with vintage brass, post tutorials on TikTok, and pack workshops from Port-au-Prince to Tokyo. They treat tradition as living clay, shaping it into remixes, flash mobs, and cross-continental collaborations. Each innovation widens the circle without erasing its Haitian core. Language may switch, production may shimmer, yet the essence connection through motion stays unmistakable. Look ahead, and the horizon glows with potential. festivals that stream worldwide in real time, classrooms where Guyad footwork joins ballet and hip-hop in the syllabus, and community programs using dance to mentor kids on resilience and pride. Kompa's heartbeat moves forward because countless dancers choose, moment by moment, to ride it. Their collective momentum writes a legacy that outpaces disaster headlines and political noise, affirming an ever-renewing truth. A people who move together cannot be silenced, and a rhythm this magnetic always finds another dawn.